What's up? And man, wait till you see the video footage I've got for you. President Joe Biden, he got fiery in a speech recently, and Republicans are actually saying that he owes them an apology. Now wait till you see what he has to say. I'm going to share with you the video footage and the news reports coming out on this. This is your breaking news stimulus check update and stimulus package update. And yes, we're hearing all of this is circulating around the midterm elections, which is why we're hearing that there could be a whole lot more stimulus coming out here. And in this speech, you're going to hear him talk a whole lot about Social Security, how the Republicans, he's saying, are trying to take it away, and how the Democrats are trying to increase it. Now, that would probably be the next step. He did student loan debt. Would not be surprised if Social Security increases of $200 was the next one, and the main one that we've talked about quite a bit here, the number one top provision of fight poverty during the pandemic, the one that 80% of the American people we're hearing would say they'd like to see more of, is fourth federal level stimulus checks. Now, we will see you guys, but take a look at the headlines coming out. Biden gets fiery in a speech accusing the GOP of turning to semi-fascism. Biden decries Republican loyalty to Trump as semi-fascism, and GOP governor calls on Biden to apologize for suggesting semi-fascism drives some of Trump-backing Republicans. You guys, wow, let me know your thoughts. Now, we're also hearing that Biden's approval rating is increasing now that he's doing these executive actions, exactly going according to plan, like we had heard from progressives. And they said they're going to be pushing this. There's going to be a lot more coming out. We're under 80 days away from the midterm elections. You're going to hear President Biden mention this. And we heard from Senator Joe Manchin that this was the main thing right now, was getting this done before midterm elections, that it all centers around this because those in control want to stay in control. But you're also going to hear them say that President Obama, former President Barack Obama, he was in the exact same approval position that Biden is, and they lost tons of seats. And so we're hearing that there could be that red wave coming here. And especially if you missed my video earlier this morning, you're going to want to check it out. We heard that if this executive order for student loan forgiveness gets knocked down, that could be really bad for Biden, for progressives, for stimulus. Now, we will see. I'll keep you up to date. But we're hearing that they're trying to step up and finally fulfill their promises, which is absolutely ridiculous because there's so many people that have been hurting for so long, and now they want to pass it to win the elections, you guys. And it would just be nice if they actually helped out people. And that is why, as you guys know, I'm working on the relief roadmap. I literally have over 100 different stimulus check programs available across the nation. People don't realize that these even exist. And I found them in cities, counties, states across the nation. More are coming out. I'm going to be continually adding these to the list here, you guys. Somebody has to do something, and I've been pouring in tons and tons of hours, staying up past midnight several nights in a row, just working away on this, hiring people, learning about all these different internet programs and things like that, and pouring money into this. And it's just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous that our elected politicians have not done this to help out people. But you guys, I'm going to get this out so that way you can know about everything going on, because there's not just the federal checks. There's states, there's cities, there's counties, and I'm going to have this out to you this week. I'm actually, as soon as I get done with these videos, we're diving in. We're going to get this ready to launch. So if you haven't added your email already to the wait list to get access to this, please do so right away. We have about 10,000 people that have vocalized our Congress. They've let us down, but I've been doing all of this research and work to help you out to get access to this. Even if you're not eligible for some of these programs, at least you know. At least you know what's available. And that's the main thing, is I want to make sure that my viewing community here on this channel knows about everything available, so you know that you're not missing out on anything. So again, www.reliefroadmap.com, add your email. If you haven't already, keep an eye out for that. Going to launch this here very soon, you guys. Very happy to get this out. I hope it's going to be a blessing to so many people, you guys. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into the video footage so you can see what President Joe Biden just recently had to say. Now, before we do me a quick favor, smash the like button if you appreciate the content here on this channel. Just takes a second. That simple gesture helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much. Leave your comments, share this out. If you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. Turn on that notification bell. Any specific questions for me to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. And with that being said, you guys, let's take a look at this news report analyzing where things stand, this fiery Joe Biden kind of shift in messaging. And then we'll actually take a look at some of the clips from that speech so you can see it for yourself. Stick around. Let's go ahead and dive right in.
MAGA Republicans don't just threaten our personal rights and economic security. They're a threat to our very democracy. They refuse to accept the will of the people. They embrace political violence. They don't believe in democracy. This is why, in this moment, those of you who love this country, Democrats, independents, mainstream Republicans, we must be stronger, more determined, and more committed to saving America than the MAGA Republicans are destroying America.
President Biden is hitting the road on a coast-to-coast campaign tour supporting his fellow Democrats ahead of midterms. The Democrats have racked up a slew of wins, and Biden's approval rating has reached its highest point in over a year. But not all Democrats are eager for POTUS to join them on the trail. And something else to keep in mind, President Obama also had a 44% approval rating the August before the 2010 midterms, and Dems lost the House seats 63. Yep, sorry. Couldn't help myself. Republicans had a net gain. So here we go. Back with me are Carlos Curbelo and Maxwell Frost. So let's Carlos, I want to get to the other side of the aisle. Republicans were quick to condemn the student loan relief package that the Biden administration put out, and then was fact-checked in real time by the official White House Twitter account on the substantial PPP loans they received and were forgiven. How is that playing with the base?
Well, Michael, I think both the PPP program and this student loan debt relief program are deeply flawed. And I do think that when it comes to blue-collar workers, this is going to set Democrats even further back. I understand why the president did it. He had made a promise. It's important to a lot of members of the base. But I do think it's going to hurt Democrats with those blue-collar voters and a lot of those centrist voters. On the Republican side, the rejection of the plan has been unanimous. Of course, when Democrats bring up PPP and the way some Republicans defended that plan, even though there was a lot of waste and abuse in that plan, there's some inconsistencies there. But I do think that the student debt relief move is meant to energize the Democratic base. I do see some risks with centrist voters for Democrats.
So, Maxwell, the president has seemed a lot more aggressive lately, willing to brag more about his accomplishments, finally talking about those and taking on his opponents. This week, he said, what we're seeing now is either the beginning or the death knell of an extreme MAGA philosophy. It's not just Trump. It's the entire philosophy. It's like semi-fascism, causing some on the right to nickname him Dark Brandon. So what do you think is behind this change in the aggressive political behavior of the administration, and how does that play in races like yours?
I mean, we're at a point, especially here in Florida, where over the past year, marginalized communities, people here, working class folks and families have bared the blunt of a lot of Ron DeSantis rhetoric, blaming working class families on a lot of the issues going on. And so what the president is he is saying, we are working for you. This is what we're about. And I truly believe that most Americans, most voters enjoy seeing their president taking a step forward, being more aggressive about the things he believes in, because he has the mandate to lead. The majority of Americans went to the ballot box and voted for his agenda, voted for his leadership. And so I believe the president is just being more aggressive in that and showing folks that they've been delivering for the American people, and we need another 2 years to continue that work.
So real quick, Maxwell, I just want to follow up on one thing real quick with you. The president's approval ratings are improving. Does that momentum help in these close races, do you think?
I think it does. I think it does, because it gives us candidates an opportunity to really point to the national level and point to what's already going on and talk about our place in that work. And so continuing to talk to people about how these issues are important, from student debt relief to health care, to ensuring that we're preventing the climate crisis, to ensuring that people have money in their pockets and that they're able to pay their rent and not choose between medicine and food. These are the things that are on people's minds every single day. And Democrats are delivering at the national level.
So there you have it, you guys. That was the news reports coming out on this. Now, let's take a look at some of the clips so you can hear some of what Biden had to say this weekend about the GOP and about what's coming. Let's go ahead and take a look.
What's happened is there are not many real Republicans anymore. By the way, your sitting governor, he's a Republican you can deal with. We disagree. No, I'm serious. But at least he's within the mainstream of the Republican Party. I respect conservative Republicans. I don't respect these MAGA Republicans. And folks, everybody thinks I'm exaggerating when I say this, but they're coming after your Social Security as well. And you think I'm kidding, but I'm not joking. Think about this. Think about what they're doing. And it's all there in black and white. He wants to require Congress to vote on the future of Social Security every 5 years. So, every 5 years, Congress can vote to change, cut, reduce, or entirely eliminate Social Security. How does that make you feel? Do you want to put your Social Security into the hands of Ted Cruz and Marjorie Taylor Greene? I mean it. But it's not just Social Security. Senator Scott wants everything in the federal budget voted on de novo every 5 years it goes out of existence. That includes Medicare, veterans benefits, and everything else. And then along comes Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin. This is what they put this in writing now. This is their plan. He thinks 5 years is too long. I'm not joking. You think I'm making this up? He wants to put Social Security and Medicare on the chopping block every single year. You hear Republicans always talk about the deficit, right? About big spending Democrats. Well, guess what? When the last guy was president, he increased the debt by $2 trillion in tax cuts. Not a penny of it paid for, okay? Well, guess what we did? We reduced the deficit. The Inflation Reduction Act lowers the deficit by $300 billion over the next 10 years. And that's on top of the $350 billion I reduced the deficit last year and the $1.5 trillion reduced it this year. 2020, you and 81 million Americans voted to save our democracy. That's why Donald Trump isn't just a former president. He is a defeated former president. And it's not hyperbole. Now you need to vote to literally save democracy again. My friends, we offer a starkly different version and vision of this country, a vision of a better America that's within our reach, that's within our hands, if we just vote. If we elect 2 more senators, we keep the House and Democrats, we're going to get a lot of unfinished business we're going to get done. Folks, look, we'll codify Roe v. Wade. We'll ban assault weapons. We'll protect Social Security and Medicare. We'll pass universal pre-K. We'll restore the child care tax credit. We'll protect voting rights. We'll pass election reform and make sure no one ever has an opportunity to steal an election again. We're just 76 days away from the midterm election. 76 days. And to state the obvious, there's a lot at stake. So I want to be crystal clear about what's on the ballot this year. Your right to choose is on the ballot this year. The Social Security you paid for from the time you had a job is on the ballot. The safety of your kids from gun violence is on the ballot. And it's not hyperbole. The very survival of our planet is on the ballot. Your right to vote is on the ballot. Even the democracy. Are you ready to fight for these things now? Well, then you need to do one thing. Vote. Vote. You got it.
So there you have it, you guys. Now let me know your thoughts. We heard very, very strong shift in President Joe Biden's messaging. They're now calling him Dark Brandon because of the way that he is talking about the Republican Party, former President Donald Trump. Let me know what you think, you guys. But is this all part of the strategy as we approach the midterm elections? Shifting the messaging, focusing on certain provisions, and then bringing them to the forefront. More executive actions. We will see, you guys. I will keep you up to date every step of the way. Stimulus checks, Social Security increases, child tax credits. Let me know your thoughts. But with that being said, you guys, that is the latest. Thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, smash the like button. Helps out the channel a ton with the YouTube algorithm. Leave your comments, share this out. If you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. Like I said, all you got to do is very quickly hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Any specific questions for me to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. But with that being said, you guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me. I will keep you up to date as more information rolls out. Take care God bless.